think was 70 pounds that one.
Yeah. People always ask me like what fitness is to me now, because it's different, man. Because from being an athlete of playing basketball, now it's a little bit different. But I love this being an athlete. It's like you're the athlete of life. But I'm gonna start with Morty, because Morty came from fitness. Now he's in business. But it's just like, dude, what does fitness mean to you?
Well, I actually went through a phase of hating fitness, remember?
Oh yeah,
dude. Hate working
years.
out. Yeah, years of hating working out. And for me, it was A, because I was out of shape.
Yeah.
B, because the reasons I was doing it were totally wrong. So the solutions that I found, well, I thought I had to do things that I hated to get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, fitness gives me confidence, certainty. For me, it's a masculinity thing as well. I think it increases my masculinity through certainty and confidence, and also just as a general looking after your state.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this on a podcast.
I think that's really important.
Yeah, we'll talk about depression, anxiety, overwhelm, all of those kind of what you would call disempowering states can be changed
like
with
that.
fitness.
Yeah.
And actually, if you just kind of stay on top of your fitness, it will decrease the likelihood of you dropping into those disempowering states. So A, it can get you out of a disempowering state, and B, it can kind of keep you out of there. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of protection from those disempowering states, and also a solution to those disempowering states.
Do you think, like, the better shape that you were in, that it's less likely that you have frequent anxiety and stress?
Oh,
you can handle, like, your capacity goes up.
You think about anxiety actually, this is the way I frame it, because obviously I'm involved in combat sports now. Anxiety, you've got to think about anxiety gives your body a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Think about that when you're in an anxious state.
It's pretty much fight or flight.
It's excess energy.
Yeah.
You've got excess energy. So I'm like, well, if you're anxious, why not just move? When I'm cornering guys in a boxing match, they're like, dude, I'm so nervous. I'm like, that's just your body providing you with the energy that you need to go and smash someone's face in. That's it.
That's a great analogy.
You can either use it or not. Do you know what I mean? The problem is for most people, they kind of think their way out of anxiety. You can only do your way out of anxiety.
Well, they fucking try to think out of it.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't. You can't think your way out of depression either. You can only move your way out of it. So that's kind of where it's at for me. And I think once the way I solved the hate and training thing is that I just got in shape doing something that I love, which was boxing.
Boxing for you.
Boxing, and now something like that workout. I mean, I still don't particularly enjoy it, but I can do it, so it's not as much of a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Everyone hates. The reason I hated that type of training is because I sucked at it, and I wasn't willing to suck. But then once you're in shape, I think find something that you love to do. Like, I could run a half marathon tomorrow. It would be painful, but I could do it.
But you could do it.
Because I'm in general shape now.
I think the point you make is like, man, if you try to make it too hard at the beginning, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So like people would hate on Zumba.
But dude, you know what? You can never create a life that you love doing shit that you loathe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to think, well, I wanted to be in shape, and I love being there, but you got to think
unhappy.
There's no happy ending to an unhappy journey.
Yeah.
So if you're unhappy at the things you have to do to get in shape, then you're not exactly going to be happy at the end, because you're going to stop doing it almost instantly, right?
I would say one of the things that like people talk about is compound interest in finances, which is kind of everybody talks about this. Man, to me, it's compound interest in fitness.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you start doing training at 18, by the time you're 50, the guy that starts at 45, even though if they train all day long, they'll never catch up because of compound interest, right? So it's like your fitness and health is compounding all the time. Yeah. So start today, because man, like.
And it doesn't even matter how you start, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
Dude, the first thing that I do after the holidays is just walk.
Yeah.
I get like 8,000 steps in one go, and then I'm moving again. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go in day after boxing day and say, right, let's do the hardest session possible. Let's kind of nail myself and annihilate myself because I ate all that junk food. So I just get moving. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think people treat it like, oh, well, that's it now. It's a one-off thing. You're just something that you kind of. I think once you've been through these transformation periods, it just becomes something that you do, right? It's like,
well, it becomes who you are.
Yeah,
right? Like it's like now it's like, oh man, let's go train. It's not like this big thing, but
you don't have to force yourself to do it.
No.
I think anything that you have to force yourself to do, eventually there's going to be. It's not the right thing.
No.
I think there's periods where you do have to force yourself to do it.
There's periods, but if all the time what you said is like if all the time it's an unhappy journey, it's not going to create a happy ending.
Well, for me, if it requires willpower, you're going to fail.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's that's a misconception.
Because it means you're doing something that you hate.
Yeah. Or it's too fucking hard.
Yeah.
Right. So the misconception is that you have to push through willpower. And dude, this was a great one from James Clear. He said, what people don't talk about is that all the successful people, really, the reason is they don't put themselves into situations where they get triggered as much.
Yeah.
That's why they get success. You know what I mean? Like versus I'm gonna go out with my friends and they eat shitty 5 days a week, and I'm gonna will myself to eat better.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna fucking work. You know what I mean?
Nah.
But for me, I think fitness is so much. Look, there's the 3 points. It's body count, like how you look, performance, right, and then how healthy you are and stuff, right? Like, so it's performance, body composition, and health. If you don't have all 3, to me, it's irrelevant, because you can look great and feel like shit, right? You can feel great, look like shit, which honestly is going to lead you to not feeling good about yourself. And if you're unhealthy, other stuff is going to flare
everything's
up.
harder.
Everything's hard.
What do you think about this? We're talking about this before on the podcast as well. People choose drugs, they choose junk food, they choose smoking, booze to make themselves, to change their state. Exercise is like the fastest way to do it. Masturbation's probably a close second.
Even faster.
Exercise just not as messy. Not as messy. Same forearm pump.
Like, man, physical fitness, it doesn't matter where you start. I think too many times it's like people are like, oh man, you're in great shape. It doesn't matter where you start. Something else I suck at, I'm starting. If you want to become that and have that, you got to do it every day.
I think also, people make it complicated. They make it complicated. I think they need to chew their bump and fucking this periodized program with all these modalities in it and shit. I'm like, dude, just go work out.
Like, the thing is, the truth is like, put yourself in an environment where it's going to be easier for you to do that.
Make it
hire a
very
coach,
easy.
do group training, get a book, but like go somewhere with someone where you're going to do it. Because there's 1 million books on workouts and stuff, but people are getting more out of shape than ever. You know what I mean? That, man, physical fitness is personal power. It's not just like, oh, I can smash stuff and lift X, Y, Z weight. It's like I can handle life, and it teaches you resilience. It teaches you to overcome struggle. It teaches you that, like, it helps you have the capacity to do more stuff. Because if you're out of shape, you're not coming home and playing with your kids. If
you're also not getting laid.
Nope.
Can't see your dick. Nobody's sucking it.
Hey,
you can have that statement for free. You can quote me on that.
Hey,
can't see your dick. Nobody's sucking it.
That's a mic drop, and we're done. Dude.